Good morning, everyone. I'm Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In this video lecture series, I'm going to explain about the security issues which is being seen in the cloud computing. First one is the problems associated with the cloud computing are most security problems stem from loss of control. Loss of control is nothing but the data which is being controlled, then lack of trust, then multi-tenancy. These problems exist mainly in third-party management models where self-managed clouds still have security issues, but it is not related to the above mentioned security problems, that is loss of control, lack of trust, and the multi-tenancy. Then the loss of control in the cloud is nothing but consumers loss of control. Here the data, applications, resources are located with provider. Then the user identity management is handled by the cloud. Then user access control rules, security policies, and enforcement are managed by the cloud provider. Then consumer relies on the provider to ensure that data security and privacy, resource availability, monitoring and repairing of services are the sources. Here the consumer mainly relies on this providers in order to ensure whether the data is whether the data which is being in the security, the data's the data is used for security purpose and the privacy is being used for the resources and the resource availability, then monitoring and repairing of the services and the resources. Then the lack of trust in the cloud, it is nothing but a brief deviation from the task, but still trusting a third party requires taking various risks. Then defining trust and risk, opposite sides of the same coin is being opposite sides of the same coin is used for the trust and risk. Then people only trust when it pays. This is being viewed economically, and the need for trust arises only in the risky situations. Defect third party management schemes where it is very hard to balance the trust and the risk. Then example is key escrow, clipper chip. It is the cloud headed towards the same path. Then multi-tenancy issues in the cloud. Multi-tenancy issues is nothing but there is a conflict between the tenants opposing goals. Tenants share a pool of resources and have opposing goals. Will be having a group of resources, but not everyone will have the same kind of characteristics. So some have opposing goals. Then how does multi-tenancy deal with conflict of interest? Where it can the tenants can get it along together and play it nicely. If they cannot, we can isolate them from one place to another. How to provide the separation between the tenants? These are the multi-tenancy issues we are facing in the cloud computing storage. Then the security issues in the cloud are in theory will be minimizing some issues which would help. That is, first one is loss of control, lack of trust, and the multi-tenancy. Loss of control is nothing but will take back the control from the particular point to the another point. That means the data and the applications may still need to be on the cloud, but it can be managed in some way by the consumers. This is how will laws are control in order to transfer the data. Then next one is lack of trust. Increased trust mechanisms, technology. We will be using here technology, policy, and the regulation, and then contracts, that is incentives, which is the topic of a future talk. Then the next one is multi-tenancy. Multi-tenancy is nothing but a private cloud. It takes away the reasons to use a cloud in the first place. then VPC. It is still not a separate system. Then strong separation. These are the security issues which we are facing in the multi-tenancy part. Minimizing this multi-tenancy in the cloud is nothing but we cannot really force the provider to accept the less tenants. In order we can try to increase trust in the tenants, we can try to increase the association between the tenants. The assessment is nothing but how we are going to minimize those loss of control in the cloud by monitoring, by utilizing different clouds, by accessing the control management. Thank you.